For me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to this network exclusive and update for the LTN exclusives. We're back by popular demand, back like cook crack. I'm excited about the upcoming slate of activities. You guys who have been here long enough know exactly what we're getting into. I'm disappointed in myself though, because I wasn't even close to winning anything last year. I sucked in the weekly pick'em. It was one of my worst years from the weekly pick'em perspective. It took me like the first 9 or 10 weeks to even win one, which was crazy in itself. I was out of the survivor pool, I think, by week. The Eagles' first loss, when they lost to the Jets, that's what eliminated me last year. So what was that, week 7, maybe? The pool wasn't over until week 14. So halfway through, I got eliminated there. And I was never in it in winners and losers. I got off to a rough start. I never really had a chance to bounce back. And look, I just got to give credit where credit is due. There was some stellar picks last year. You know, guys really applied pressure and they never let up. And I got to give credit where credit is due. Hats off to those who finished ahead of me. They just really never allowed me back in. I was waiting for, just a slight, crack, a seam, the door to be slightly ajar. They slammed the door shut, they locked it, and they threw the key away, and I never had a shot last year. And that's a testament to how good they were last year. That means I got to step my game up, So I'm hoping to have the same, if not better participation than last year. Last year was off the charts. This thing gets bigger and bigger every year. It gets better and better every year. The prizes were astronomical for our standards last year, but nobody was an alpha last year. Nobody decided to claim any of the prizes solo for dolo. Everybody split. There was, we'll get into that. Let's get into that as a matter of fact. So let's jump into the proceedings this evening, because I don't want to keep you here very long. So y'all know what it is. Game on. We got the LTN exclusives. It's that time of the year. Camp is upon us. Teams are showing up for training camp. So you know that means one thing. The season is around the corner. That means the LTN exclusives are right around the corner. Hopefully you don't do what a lot of you like to do, which is wait to the last minute, worry me half to death, sending in stuff late, asking me a million questions the day before everything's due. This is why I'm putting it out in July. You have the rest of July, all of August, and into the early stages of September to get this done. Please do not wait until September the 4th. I think the season starts on the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Please do not wait till the 4th to try to send me 10 million emails. How do you do this? How do you do that? This is why I'm doing this in July. I did it in July last year. People didn't start hitting me up until late August into September last year. But anyway, we got the 3 different activities here in terms of the LTN exclusives, 2 of which require attention immediately. The third does not require attention until literally the season starts. But if you're interested in being in the 12th annual Soul Survivor pool, the registration form is down in the description of this video. Same with winners and losers. We'll get into the specifics here in a second. But before we can go forward, I do want to take a step backwards. I always like to clean up from last year before we move into this year. So last year's results from the LTN exclusives, the 11th annual Soul Survivor pool, we had co-survivors. So we had co-survivors, and I have air quotations. I know you can't see me. I'll pull up my screen here in a bit, but I don't want to cover up any of the text with my mug. But I got air quotes. If you can't see them, but I'm telling you, I have air quotes up right now because we had co-champions, co-survivors, which there's no such thing. Either there's a soul survivor, which is why the pool is called the Soul Survivor pool. Either there's a soul survivor or there are no survivors. Okay. So technically speaking, no one survived last year. And normally when no one survives, the house gets the money. That's happened before in the past. I didn't want to have everyone that made it to that point walk away with nothing. They made it all the way to week 14. It was treacherous waters last year, and they navigated it beautifully. And thus, I felt like it was only right that Mike Lowry and Bronco Billy walked away with something. So what I ultimately did was I altered the rules so that they got to split along with the house the amount. I think the amount was 1220. So I think Mike Lowry and Billy Bronco each walked away with $407 roughly, along with the house, instead of no one getting any of the money in the 1220 just going to the house, which is yours truly. But at the end of the day, both were eliminated in week 14. So no one technically survived last year. I have never won the survivor pool. I tell you this every year. I'm sick and tired of saying this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I have to get one of these. At some point, I'm going to win. The law of averages suggests that at some point, I'm going to win. I am not going to end this as Patrick Ewing or Charles Barkley or Karl Malone or John Stockton or Dan Marino. I could keep going on and on and on with all the superstar players in their respective sports who never won a championship. I am going to win the Soul Survivor, and this year is as good as any. Why not? Meanwhile, in the granddaddy of them all, winners and losers, we had co-champions. As I mentioned, there were no alphas last year in terms of somebody saying, nah, it's all mine. It's all me. We had co-survivors in the Soul Survivor pool. We had co-champions in winners and losers. Big Baller Blake and Smack City were just outstanding last year. They were extraordinary. They never gave me a chance, and I got to give them credit. Hats off to both of those individuals. They kicked ass last year. They finished with a 65.4% hit rate. Anything over 62% is a fantastic season. We also had, just to give them a little bit of love too, Soul finished in second place. Soul finished with a 65% hit rate, and Jordan Jones finished in third with a 64.8% hit rate last year. But Big Baller Blake and Smack City were outstanding. They walked away with over $730 a piece last year. I think the pot was over $1,470 or something like that. So they walked away with a nice piece of change, but nobody walked away with the whole thing. So both of these leagues, the Survivor Pool and the Winners and Losers League, went over $1,000 last year. I want to see that happen again. The participation was outstanding, and we had a lot of fun. And last year I reintroduced the kickback session where we go over the weekly results and we chop it up. So we it's not just a pool or a league that you click it and forget it. We actually participate. We talk trash. We have fun. Piss cup, all of that good stuff. For those of you who participated last year, you know about all of that. For those of you who said you wanted to participate this year, here's your chance. Okay. A lot of you are like, man, I'm getting in this next year. Okay. Here's your chance. All right. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Get in the game. All right. That's always been the mantra and the motto. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the actual games, right? And first up is the Soul Survivor pool. It's the longest running LTN exclusive on the channel. I've been doing this for 12 years now. This will be the 12th annual Soul Survivor pool. As you can see, I haven't won. I've said that already. We had co-survivors. I needed you to see my air quotes. Co-survivors. There's no such thing as co-survivors. Either you survive as a Soul Survivor, which is the name of the pool, or there are no survivors. There weren't any really last year, but I'm hoping to change that this year and be the Soul Survivor. So just a real quick synopsis. $20 to get in the Soul Survivor pool. The link to the registration form is in the description. I'm going to do the same thing I did last year. I'm also going to pin the links to the registration, the weekly form, all that stuff in my on my Twitter, on my X. I'm going to pin that as the lead comment. So you just go to my X feed, and it'll be the first tweet you see on my page, and you can just click that link. It'll take you straight to the Linktree app, the link, and it'll take you straight to the form, right? So you can fill it out. You pay your $20 registration fee, and then I will send you, within 24 hours, I will send you a email letting you know that you're locked in and giving you further instructions. So it's pretty simple, self-explanatory for those of you who have never played in a survivor pool. It's really self-explanatory, but quickly, you pick a team. If they win, you survive to the next week. If they lose, you're eliminated. Simple as that. All right. Once you make a selection and you pick a team and they win and you survive to the next week, you can no longer select that team for the duration of the pool. So for an example, week 1, let's say you pick Dallas. Dallas wins. You can no longer pick Dallas the remainder of the pool. You have to pick a new team the following week. And if they win, you move on to week 3. You can no longer pick that team or Dallas for the remainder of the pool, so forth and so forth. So again, it's really easy, really fun. It requires strategy and luck. I mean, who are you kidding? I always have the strategy part down. I did not last year. I failed in the strategy department, and that's what ultimately got me eliminated. Normally, I'm great with strategy. I'm terrible on luck, right? So hopefully those two things intersect for me this year, and I'm able to hoist the Soul Survivor Pool championship for the first time in my career. But looking forward to participating with you guys again, having a ton of fun. Again, $20 entry fee. Registration form is down in the comment section, or excuse me, description of this video. It's also going to be up on my Twitter. As soon as this video is over, I'm going to hit the send button on that tweet. I'm going to pin it on my profile page, and so you'll be able to just have access to it there as well. So $20, fill out the registration fee. You have 2 ways to pay. You can either pay via PayPal, okay, all of that information, again, down in the description of this video, or you can pay via Cash App. Okay, so you have 2 options. If you don't have one of those, sorry, you cannot participate. It's as simple as that. So let's get to the other LTN exclusive that requires attention now, and that's, of course, winners and losers. I always want to give out this. Both Survivor Pool and winners and losers require season-long participation, but obviously with the Survivor Pool, it could be over in week 6. So it may not require season-long participation, but with winners and losers, it does require season-long participation. From weeks 1 all the way to week 18, you're going to have to submit picks. All right. And for those of you who aren't aware of what winners and losers is, it's very simple. It's a gigantoid football pool, essentially, a weekly pick'em that accumulates wins and losses throughout the entire season. So quick example, week 1, they're going to be 16 games, because every team in the NFL is going to play. They're going to be on the slate for the first 4 weeks or so of the season until bye weeks kick in. So week 1, you're going to have 16 games, 32 teams, obviously. So you're going to make a pick in each of those games. So you'll have 16 winners that you'll be selecting. And then obviously you'll have wins and losses that you accumulate throughout the course of that week. Let's say you go 10-6 in week 1, right? So that's your record in week 1. You move on to week 2. You make, another 16 selections throughout all the games. Let's say you go 8-8. So now you're 24-14, right? Through 2 weeks of picking games. Did I say that right? 20? No, that's not right. You were 10-6, and then you were 8-8. So you're 18-14 through 2 weeks. There you go. I'm like, that's not 32. How did I get that number? So you'd be 18-14 through the first 2 weeks, right? And then you just continue to compile that tally throughout as you make selections week after week after week after week. And the person or persons, as we had last year, with the best cumulative record at the end of the season gets all of the money. I didn't give out a championship belt. All right, I should have a championship strap. I think they told me mid to late August is when I'm getting a championship strap this year. I didn't have to give out one last year because there was no winner, right? Technically by themselves. So we're getting I got a white championship strap coming this year. So the belt's going to be white this year. It was red a couple of years ago. The one that I had last year was going to be black. But I didn't have to, get it. They took so long to do it. I just canceled it. Got a white one coming. You're going to see it. I'm going to have it right there in the back, for everybody to see what we're out here battling for. But you're battling for the strap. You're battling for bragging rights. And of course, above all else, you're battling for the bread, right? We're out here trying to get this money. So $25 is the registration fee for winners and losers. Registration form down in the description of this video, just like for the Soul Survivor pool registration form down in the description. I'll also pin that tweet on my profile page so that you can go there, click on it, sign up, register, pay your fee. And just like with the Soul Survivor pool, once you pay your fee and you have the register form turned in, registration form turned in, I will send you an email, right? Can't have one without the other. If you fill out the registration form and there's no money, there's no email, you're not in the pool. You can't send me the money but didn't fill out the registration form, you're still not in the pool, right? You have to do both. What I would advise you to do is first fill out the registration form, then pay your money, and then at that point, I can lock you in, send you that confirmation email, and we can get the party started. So last year was the most successful year for winners and losers, just like the Survivor pool. Survivor was at 1220. The Survivor, the winners and losers was at 1475, I think, or something like that. So whatever it was a lot of money sitting there, and I didn't even get close to it, which was a big disappointment on my end. So I'm looking forward to redeeming myself because I was so disappointed in my performance last year. And again, hats off to those who killed it last year. There were a lot of you who absolutely murdered the game last year and just kept the kid at arm's length, right? Like you just gave me a serious LT stiff arm and told me to go sit down, and continued to put out excellent picks week after week after week, and ended up getting it done. So that's the LTN exclusives. Obviously, there's another one, weekly pick 'em pool. That one, it doesn't require as much attention now, so I'm not going to really push that one as much right now. In future episodes where we're talking about these LTN exclusives, I will start talking about it as we get closer and closer to the season to let you know about the weekly pick 'em. That does not require, right, year-long participation. That's a weekly thing. And that's instant gratification. I'll talk more about that as we, get closer to the season. But again, a lot of you know about the weekly pick 'em. But for those of you who don't, you'll hear more about it down the road. But the purpose of today's video was essentially to give you an update, to open up the official LTN exclusives for 2024 and start that process now. As you know, the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, likes to say when the draft starts, the NFL draft is officially open for business. The LTN exclusives are now officially open for business. So you can register, you can pay, you can lock in your spot, and you can get ready to eat my dust this year, because I don't know if y'all can see me. You should be able to see. I'm dressed in all black for a reason, right? I'm not effing around this year. I'm on a mission. I'm pissed off. Like really, I don't think y'all understand how this shit eats at me. When I have a bad week, I'm not just like disappointed. I'm pissed. I didn't just have a bad week last year or 2 or 3. I got my ass whooped last year. It's one thing not to win, because I'm not going to win every year, right? I understand that. I got my ass handed to me last year, and it wasn't even close. That bothers me, okay? Not winning the Survivor pool for an 11th straight year, that bothers me, okay? not winning the weekly pick'em pool until like week 10 or 11, that bothered me. Okay. So understand, I'm out for blood this year. All right. I'm out for blood. And I think last year I got so fixated on beating Boss because he was the reigning champion that I lost sight of the big picture. I lost sight of the big picture, which was, bro, he ain't the competition. He's just one of many. And I did beat him last year, but both of us stunk it up. And I got to recalibrate and refocus. And now I'm back like cook crack. I'm locked in and I'm ready to go this year. And I realize I got to get it going right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. I got caught slipping last year. I came out of the gates thinking, hey, I can turn it on at any time. Because when you confident like I am, borderline cocky, you're thinking I can flip the switch at any time. Like, they're not going to get that far away from me. And even if they do, because 2 years ago, I fell behind and then I flipped the switch and I got within 2 games before I fell off the map. But that didn't happen last year. And I can't dig myself a hole this year. I understand the assignment and I know what I got to do with this winners and losers league right out of the gate. I understand what I have to do. So I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you guys during the kickback sessions, talking trash. I will wear this badge of honor. I did not have the piss cup at all last year. That's a low-hanging fruit too. Like, that's not something that I should be bragging about. I should never find myself even in that conversation. There were a couple of weeks, there were some rough weeks last year. We all can attest to that. I had some close moments, bro, where I had to look and see, like, damn, did the piss cup come for me this week? And I avoided it. So I'm not even thinking about the piss cup. I'm thinking about being the best of the best week after week and putting myself in a position to be the winner this year of winners and losers. So $25 is the registration fee. Fill out the registration form that is down in the description of this video. Also going to be pinned on my X profile. So all you have to do is go on X, type in LouieTeeNetwork, go to my page. First tweet you'll see is the tweet with both the links to the registration form for the Soul Survivor pool and winners and losers. Click on that, fill it out, pay your registration fee. 2 ways to pay: CashApp or PayPal. Those links are down in the description as well. And so you have all the information that you need. Y'all know what it is. I look forward. JLG, we talking trash already? I love it. I love it. I want that smoke this year. He talking trash. JLG says, dressed for his own funeral. LOL. So I love it. Bring the smoke. I want all of it this year. I deserve that. Okay. And I'm ready. I got something for y'all this year. I got something. Y'all see, I made y'all too comfortable. I'm gonna make y'all uncomfortable this year with the kind of pressure I'm applying. Just understand that, okay? I got y'all out here real comfortable talking to me, real disrespectful. It should never be that way, all right? But now I did that to myself. I made y'all comfortable. I'm gonna make y'all uncomfortable this year. Don't worry. So anyway, I digress. Y'all get out of here. Again, my intentions weren't to talk your head off. It was just to go ahead, put the word out on the street that we up and we running again. And y'all know what time it is. So go ahead, get in early. Like, don't wait till the last minute, wearing me half to death. Go ahead, fill out your registration form, pay your fee, get it out the way so you're already locked in and ready to go. And again, I'll do this 4 more times throughout the rest of this summer before the season gets underway to continue to get excitement. And then we'll be locked in and I'll be sending you guys the entire roster and the master sheet, and we'll be off and running again. So look forward to competing against you guys this year. Let me change that. Again, that's the nice me. I'm not, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Nice T. I look forward to beating y'all this year. All right. I look forward to beating y'all. Anyway, I digress. Y'all have a good one. Take care. And as I always say, hey, get in the game, man. What are y'all waiting for? Are you getting in the game or what? Or are you going to just sit on the bench and ride the pine? What I don't want to hear is the same thing I heard last year from the same people. Oh, man, I'm going to get in that joint next year. Here's your chance. Get in the game now. Go over to the scores table, take a knee, and check into the game. Fill out the registration form, pay your fee, and let's get it on. All right? In any event, I'm your man, Louie T, signing off. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Have a good one.